Welcome back to another Sebastian story. We're back at it again, telling Sebastian's story. My big sweet pappy that we adopted a little over 2 years ago. He's a Corso Italiano. And this is his new little sister, Luna. Luna Lovegood. She is a Corso Great Dane mix. Hi, sweetie. Oh, little girl, I love you too. And this is our story for this week, is talking about how a little 2-month-old is developing and how well she's doing. And again, we just could not be more happy with this little puppy. She is the greatest thing ever, short of Mr. Puppykins over here himself, sweet Sebastian. And so we've been working to make sure that he can be our pack leader of more rescues in the future. And this was a sweet little girl that was born on a farm, and her family thought that she wasn't quite cut for dealing with a whole bunch of alpha males running around all the time. So they sought through our veterinarian for a new home, and found us, and here we are. We've got this sweet little puppy. And I don't know if you can tell between just these last 2 videos, but she is just growing like a weed. She's huge. We really can't believe it. I mean, she's more than doubled in size since she came home. And she has just been the most wonderful little thing ever. We adore little Luna. Yes, you're a good girl, Luna. And so as Luna is now a 2-month-old Corso Great Dane, we wanted to just give an idea of what it's like having a little tiny puppy that is going to grow up to be a big old puppy, having her around. And it has been just so much fun. Again, watching her grow. It is, we go to bed one night and wake up with a new dog in the morning. It's been seeing her legs getting taller, and then one day it'll be her torso got longer, and she'll look like a little dachshund, little wiener dog running around. It's outrageous watching this little thing grow up. It's fun, it's exciting, I know, sweetie, yes. And sweet Sebastian, he's doing better on his sleep too, so that helps. You know, we were definitely struggling a little bit at the beginning, because this little thing, she has to go outside pretty regularly, pretty frequently. And I think especially at night when she's got some energy, and Sebastian just has to kind of put his foot down and say, yeah, no, little bit, you're gonna go lay down and be quiet because I'm tired and I need my sleep. That's really about the only time Sebastian really gets fussy with her, is when he's trying to sleep. You don't interrupt his sleep. But no, he's been loving on her. They've been doing great. I'd say the only other little difficult point has been she does try to be an alpha. She is trying to dominate him a bit. She does go after his food bowl, and even though she has to climb up into it to get to it, it's not fazing her, and that seems to be one of the first places she'll go running. So we've been reprimanding her for that, and making sure, or at least trying to ensure, that she's not overstepping her boundaries, because we don't want anyone getting hurt. And thankfully we've worked very hard with Sebastian to make sure he's not food aggressive. Nevertheless, you don't want some little whippersnapper going in and stealing your food. I get that, you know, that seems pretty reasonable. So we make sure to protect his food and redirect her and put her back to her bowl, and that's been going pretty well. And yeah, I mean, she is a very smart little dog, and she is really catching on to everything very quickly. The need to go outside. I mean, again, we lucked out with Sebastian. He was almost completely housebroken when he came home. And this one really isn't that far off. She gets it. She would prefer to go outside. She likes it out there. It's just, you know, it's a little difficult because she is a tiny little puppy that's growing. She doesn't have a whole lot of storage capacity in her. So we do need to be very mindful. And, you know, we've had a few accidents in the house. Probably most of the time it was just our fault for not we got to 31 minutes and we needed to go run out and we missed the cue, you know, that kind of thing. It's been quite easy, and just, again, we're just going out every 30 to 60 minutes, making sure she can relieve herself of everything, and she's happy to do so. And sometimes she wants to run around and play, and sometimes she runs right back up on the deck and says it's time to go inside, and easy going. We can handle that. And one fun thing they've been learning to do together is Sebastian really loves laying outside in the sun and getting his tan on. Well, when you've got her fur this dark, she kind of cooks in the sun pretty quickly. So it's cute watching her. She'll lay out with him and have a good time, but she's pretty quick to go, oh, okay, I'm getting overheated here, and want to go and run underneath the covered areas or the shrubs or whatever she can get to get a little bit of shade. But it's very cute watching because he loves his sun, and it can be 90, 100 degrees out, we've seen, and he'll just lay there for a good 15, 20 minutes before he goes, okay, I'm done now. He loves his sun. He's a sun baby. And this one, oh, she's already fallen asleep. It's early in the morning, and she's had her breakfast, and she's already done. That's my sweet little girl. But that's the joys of a little growing puppy. You know, it's eat, sleep, play, go outside, repeat. So we've been doing pretty well with keeping all of that managed, and yeah, making sure she's comfortable and that she can just fall asleep in your arms or your hands or both. She's just a little angel. We adore her. And for our update of Luna, the other big talking point is that these two are playing so well together. I am so proud of Sebastian. Yes, he's a sleepy boy. It's early. It's getting hot out, so we got to do this pretty early now. But I couldn't be more proud. He is a big, hugely strong animal, and he has just figured out how to be so gentle and delicate with her. I couldn't be more proud of him. He adores her, and he wants to care for her, and he loves being able to have someone to play with that's his kind. You know, he loves playing with me, of course, but he needs to play with dogs, and it's good that we can finally provide him a playmate, a full-time playmate. You two can wear each other out anytime you want. And it is funny, they can go for a good 20-30 minutes, and it's usually around the end of that playtime, I think they start to get a little annoyed with each other after that much time, and that's when they do seem to start getting a bit more aggressive, and we usually have to separate them at that point. But the rest of the time, it's fun, flappy playtime, and he has so much fun. He's got somebody to tug on the other end of the rope with him. They share frisbees, or she'll just climb all over him, and he loves her. They're doing so well together. We couldn't be happier. It's fantastic how well this is working out. You know, we didn't know. She's not from his family, and we didn't know exactly how well they were going to bond, but it's a strong bond. It's forming, it's forging, it's it's just fantastic how well these puppies are doing together, and you know, getting the last bit of the yard fenced in so they can run freely and safely. And yeah, these are just my sweet puppies. But overall, she's just been doing exactly what a puppy does. She's growing, she's learning, and she's learning very quickly. I'm really proud, I'm really impressed. This is a smart little dog, and I really don't think it's going to be very difficult to get her up to Sebastian's level of training. And it helps having her around, that, you know, we get to reinforce the same rules to both of them, so nobody's getting favoritism or anything of that nature. And it helps Sebastian's training, that he's getting to see, oh, okay, you know, you're not being too strict with me because you're telling her to do the exact same things. And so when we ask him to do something, or him to go lay down because it's time to take, you know, give them a break, they need to be separated a little bit, he's listening. You know, it's not perfect, it's not 100%, he's still a giant puppy, but he's getting it, and she's getting it, because she's falling right in line and falling right asleep. You know, it's really fun, it's really easy, but bringing home these puppies, it's a joy, but it is certainly a lot of work and a lot of responsibility, because she's tiny, she can get stepped on by us or by him. We've got to make sure she's getting fed regularly, make sure she can grow at the appropriate rate, and not, you know, some super accelerated puppy food formula rate. You know, we just got to wait until she can, excuse me, get a little bit bigger and get onto the large breed formulas, so that way her growth really is at the appropriate rate for her breed, that she's not going to have any joint issues because she was having a food or a diet that was encouraging really rapid growth. You just have to be careful with that. And we've been loving the Hills Science Diet large breed puppy formulas. We started Sebastian on that, and now at almost 3 years of age here, he's doing great. All of his joints are wonderful. He's just growing like a weed himself, but he's done so well. His coat's beautiful, and again, the big thing with these big breeds, it's those joints, and so we want to make sure that she will be on the same diet as him, and then that way everybody grows up to be the best little pappy as they can be. As always, thank you so very much for watching. We're having a great time telling these stories, although I think it's time for a nap. Oh, somebody heard nap. And we'll be back again soon with more. Thanks again.